I've got a bunch of these scythe stones. I've got one natural and two synthetics. And what I'm going to do is, I've had a look through the loop at the size of the scratches that are there now, and I'm going to try these three different stones and then see which one is the one I want to use. The scratches that are there now are going this way, so it's clear to see I want to be working back that way. Yeah, so that's a lot coarser than the grit of sandpaper we've already used, so we're not going to use that one. Well, that feels a lot finer. You immediately feel the difference between those two.
Oh yes, that's... Okay, what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing the scratches left by the linisher,
which was, did we go, I think, 1,000 grit?
And in between I'm seeing areas of polished metal, which is from that sharpening stone.
So let's give it a natural go. It's got this light of quartz through it, so we want to stay away from that. That's actually relatively coarse. That's a medium. Coarse, medium, fine. Alright, so I've never sharpened a scythe before. I'm going to treat it pretty much the same way I do an axe with a stone, which is circular motions. Although, seeing the guys when they do it, guys who actually know what they're doing with the scythe, they do a knife motion, like so. But you know, I can do that later. The challenge I'll be teaching Sarah to do it, because she's not too keen on sharpening knives. Sharpening anything, but she likes me to do it. Hello, Angus. I'm sharpening the scythe. It's going to take a while.
Okay, what I can see here, even without the loop, is I can see the scratches from the last lot of sandpaper coming close to the edge, but then in between them I can see areas of polished metal, which I could probably see as scratches if I used the loop. But right now I'm seeing dark scratches and then light polished metal. Now there's quite a burr on there, so I'm just going to keep on working one side until I've got clear metal down to the edge, and all those scratches. I don't mind if the scratches are still there, as long as they're not running to the edge. Don't know if you can tell because the camera adjusts for light, but it's evening here. The bees are all coming in to go to bed. The smell of pollen and honey here is beautiful. I don't know if you saw it, but the bees that I did the split on, they're up there on the roof, and
the other side of the shed. They've settled down nicely. I've had a couple of looks at them, as in not open the hive, but just, you know, sitting out right side in front of the hive and just watching them. And they're, yeah, so they're very, very defensive, but they're not aggressive. And it's one of the reasons why I'm not keen to requeen them, because if I can handle it when I just have to work on them, yeah, I think I'll be okay with that. But yeah, I haven't fully made up my mind on that yet. I've worked at both sides now, but we've still got a huge burr. And so what I need to do now is work both sides. So stroke on one side and then stroke on the other, and that's going to gradually work the burr off. So now, if it was just a regular burr, from just a regular sharpening, you wouldn't have to do this long. So just going backwards and forwards either side as gently as possible, because we don't want to break that burr off quickly. In fact, the longer we can do it, the better an edge we'll have. The longer it takes us to do it, the better an edge we'll have. Because the finer it'll be when it finally comes away. When it does come away, it leaves a little serrated edge, and if it's a very small threader edge, then a few passes of the stone, then it'll be all cleaned up and we'll have a beautifully sharpened edge. But if it's rather chunky, like if we were to just sort of get the burr and go backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards with our finger, it would break off really quickly. But then you'd be left with quite a jagged edge. So it's very much a patience thing. So I'm not sure. Look, there's no way the camera's going to pick it up. How can I do this to get it on camera? Okay, you can see the burrs there. And see how the burr's now been bent back the other way? Now if we bent it further, it'd likely snap off, but we don't want to do that. We want to turn it over. You can see the burrs there. And you just want to gently take it back the other way. Just keep doing that until all those burrs have come off. It's quite a big burr because we're reconditioning this blade. If we were resharpening it, it would be a very small burr, very fine burr, and it wouldn't take nearly as long. But we needed to take off a lot of metal so that we had a nice clean edge with no pits in it, no little nicks. And with a double bevel blade like this, that's relatively easy to do. With a single bevel blade, like my hewing hatchet that I damaged before, it's much harder. Just got an area of this burr here is being very stubborn. So just be patient and work it off. Right, there we go. Right, now, to work the burr off gently, I'm going to go back the other way. So I'm going towards the blade rather than away from it. This is it's a bit more of an aggressive way to sharpen, and when you're trying to be gentle, it's, you know, you want to go away from the blade so the metal's being drawn out. And then when you're creating a burr, when that burr finally breaks off, it'll be a very small break. But when you want to sharpen and keep it sharpened, and it's already sharp basically, just you know, honing it up, then going towards the edge means you are less likely to create a burr, and it's a, you know, you don't have to spend as much time finishing it. So for a blade that just needs a few strokes to sharpen it up, you can go towards the edge. And that's what you'll see knife butchers do when they're sharpening their knives, or chefs, is that they're going with the steel, they're going towards the edge rather than away. I'm not entirely happy with that, but I think it's good enough to give it a go. What I might have to do, especially because I've taken so much metal off, and I probably will have to do this actually, which is a bit scary because I haven't done it before, is I might have to hammer out this edge with a hammer and an anvil and then redo it. So I think it's time to put it back on the Snaith and give it to Sarah and see how she goes with it. And that will be in the next video. So if you like this, stay tuned. Please like, share, subscribe. And if you've got any questions, comments or suggestions, because this is the first time I've sharpened a scythe, I'd love to hear from you. So see you in the next video. And we'll see Sarah in action with the scythe.